Good SEC championship morning, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Carr Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, and football. It's SEC Saturday. I have waited all year to really get into and talk about Georgia because I felt in my spirit that this day was coming, that we would meet once again in the Mercedes-Benz stadium. This is what I think is going to happen today. First of all, we have the two best teams in college football, in my opinion, that are meeting head to head today in Atlanta. And it's going to be an all out brawl. I do believe that. You're talking about the SEC. You're talking about Georgia on going for their 30th consecutive win. You're talking about Georgia getting a playoff berth, going for their third championship in a row. You're talking about Alabama on the cusp of, will we maybe kind of get in if we win or not? I think it should be a no-brainer. If we beat Georgia, we should absolutely 100% be in the playoffs because we would have beat the number one team in the country. Our resume and the number of ranked wins that we have, etc. Just looking at the eye test, hands down, if you look at the eye test and it's about the four best teams being in the college football playoffs, Alabama to me is already one of the four best teams in college football. If we play well against Georgia today and we beat Georgia today, then there should be no question. All of the rest is just hogwash. They just really just the committee, we've already said, is pretty broken. Here's what I know. I liked what I see about what I've seen about my team. I liked what I have seen about Milroe's approach, even in some huddle conversations, saying, play fast, play free, and play fearless. I really, really love that. I love that. And I love the way that this team has not been afraid of moments. They have not been afraid of what they have seen around them. They have not been afraid of what the scoreboard says. They have not been afraid of how much time is left on the clock. They have not been afraid of what statistics say when it comes to that fourth and a milli pass, from Jalen. It was like a 0.01% chance that Alabama would win that game. Maybe it was 0.1% chance that Alabama would have come back and had a chance to win. And they did. They believe in themselves. They believe in one another. They believe in the work that they have put in, the practice that they have put in is going to pay off. They believe, like they sincerely believe that. And you can see it. I remember rewatching, I have watched most days this week, the end of that Auburn game, because that's what I do. And when it's a big win, that's what I love to do, is go back and just watch the second half of a game. Let me silence my phone right quick. The second half of a game, the ending, when it's a really good one, I just like to go back and rewatch it. And I watched um I watched right the 43 seconds were left on the clock and Jalen did the fourth and a milli. There was a timeout. We called the timeout, and then Hugh Freeze, when we lined up, he looked at what we had lined up, and he used his final timeout at that particular point. And I don't know why, because they still didn't rush like they needed to rush and do what they needed to do. And then he could have saved that timeout and had a timeout left. But anyway, I digress. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad it happened the way that it happened. But I saw the offense in the huddle during that second timeout. And particularly, it was Booker. Tyler Booker has got his arms around, literally his arms around his teammates as they're in the huddle on the sideline. And it's like, it's the way they look like they were a solid brotherhood and nobody was flinching. They looked calm, cool, collected, y'all. They looked like they knew what was about to happen because they had practiced and prepared for it all year. And so this is what I want to say. I absolutely 1000% believe we can win this game. I believe we will win this game. I don't do score predictions, so I'm not going to throw out numbers there, but I like what I have seen with my team and their development. Another key and critical component to this is who's out for this game. What's the injury report looking like? I pulled it up, and we still have a lot of people who are questionable. On Georgia's side, it will play. I think Brock Bowers will play. I think Ra Thomas will play. I think Conkey will play. Tate Ratledge will probably play. I don't know. He's on the O line. I don't know. But do I think that they will be as effective? That's what we don't know. I believe Brock Bowers can make a difference on the field if he's out there, whether he's 100% or not. He's going to make a difference. How are we going to cover him? Who's going to cover him? I don't know if they're moving Terrion to star. I don't know if Caleb is going to be the one. I believe Caleb should be the one to really kind of try to contain, Brock between Terrion and Caleb. And then they have Amos and Kool-Aid will be on the corners, which I believe in them. I believe in their ability to do what they need to do to shut down the pass. If we can get to Carson Beck, if Braswell and DT can get to Carson Beck, and I believe that they will, then we have a fantastic chance of winning this game. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a brawl, but I believe we have a fantastic chance to win this game. So who's out on our end? Jace is out. Jace is out, and I love Jace, but he has not been my favorite running back this season. He's the most senior running back, and he's great. But I have been a fan of number 26. Now I got my 26 jersey on today. This is for second and 26. That's what it says on the back. So when we play Georgia, I usually wear this jersey. But today it's going to be for Jam. Oh, Jam. Jam Miller, I believe, is going to have a day today in the bins. I believe he's going to step up. I believe we're going to see Justice Haynes. I believe Roy Dale. This is going to be his final SEC championship game. I believe our running backs are going to do what they need to do. And here's what we know. We got Jay Millie. They don't have Jay Millie. We have Jay Millie. Jay Millie is going to do what he does. He can throw the ball down the field, but he's absolutely going to be able to run the ball when he needs to run the ball. He is going to make the decisions quicker. I felt like he was a little hesitant in the Auburn game and the Iron Bowl. I believe he's settling himself, and he will settle himself enough for this game. And he's going to have a Heisman moment. Whether the Heisman, was determined last night in the Pac-12 championship with Michael Penix or not, I believe Jalen Milroe will have a Heisman moment today. Maybe it'll be for next year. He's already fourth in the ranking, and most people have already voted. I hate that they vote so early, but it's quite possible. Roll Tide. Brock, I see you. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Let's get this dub. We are going to get this dub today. I believe it. I feel it in my spirit. I can't wait to do a post game. Win or lose, I'm going to do a post game. Win or lose, y'all, these are the top two teams in the country. They are. Like, I feel like this is the Natty. And I can't be by myself in feeling like this is the Natty. These are the top two best teams in the country, in the best conference in the country. And I believe that we're going to get this dub. So let's go, Bama Nation. Let's do what we do. I'm about to get out here in these SEC streets in the A, and I'll see y'all post game. Roll Tide, stay winning, and stay free.